The Billionaire CEO Betrayal, Episode 3. The Partner's Final Deal. They say every betrayal begins with a handshake. Every lie begins with a promise. And every empire falls when loyalty is sold for power. Would you betray a friend to save your empire? Or would you lose everything just to stay loyal? This is the story of the partner's final deal to billionaire Langford. It was supposed to end with revenge. Victor Langford had returned from the dead, reclaimed his name, and destroyed his enemies. But one man still walked free: Leonard Crane, his oldest friend, his business partner, and the one who had paid for the bomb that was meant to kill him. Victor once trusted Leonard with his empire, but Leonard trusted no one but greed. As dawn broke over the city, Leonard stood in his glass office, his reflection staring back like a stranger. Below, reporters shouted his name. To the world, he was the man who saved Langford Industries. But deep inside, he was haunted by the man he'd tried to kill. On his desk lay a file sealed and unsigned. Inside were documents transferring Victor's final shares to him. The price of betrayal, the cost of a soul. He poured himself a drink and whispered, "Power never forgets who owned it first." Across town, Victor watched the news from a quiet apartment, his eyes calm, his heart heavy. "Leonard Crane," he said softly, "you built your kingdom with my hands. Now I'll let it fall with your greed." Within hours, Victor began his final plan. Anonymous leaks hit the media. Secret transactions surfaced. And the empire Leonard built on deceit began to crumble. By nightfall, chaos ruled the boardroom. Phones rang endlessly. Investors pulled out. And for the first time, Leonard Crane looked afraid. He shouted at his assistant, "Find who did this!" But the truth was already closing in. The one he betrayed was already standing at his door. When Leonard turned around, Victor Langford stood before him, alive, silent, and unshaken. "You?" Leonard gasped. Victor smiled faintly. "I told you, Leonard," he said. "The dead don't seek revenge. They wait for it." Leonard tried to speak, but his own voice betrayed him. He fell to his knees, his empire burning on every screen around him. "Victor, it wasn't supposed to end like this." Victor's tone was calm. "It never does." Leonard looked up, trembling. "What do you want from me?" Victor stepped closer. "I want you to remember one thing before the world forgets you." He leaned in. "Loyalty is worth more than every dollar you ever stole." Moments later, security entered. The police followed. And Leonard Crane, the man who killed his friend for power, was taken away in handcuffs. Victor didn't speak another word. He simply turned and walked toward the city lights, each step echoing like the end of an era. Later that night, as rain fell against his window, Victor whispered to himself, "I lost everything chasing power, but I found peace in letting it go." He closed his eyes and said quietly, "May God help us never to trade loyalty for greed. And may we all learn that revenge doesn't heal. It only reveals who we truly are." And as lightning struck across the skyline, a faint voice broke the silence. The voice of Catherine Langford. "Hello, Victor." He turned toward the screen. Her image appeared, calm, controlled, smiling. She was alive. And she had already made her next move. The betrayal continues. Up next, Episode 4, The Wife's Last Move. Watch now.